Isn't this just the cutest little mug? So today I kind of wanted to talk about confidence. Yay! Confidence is something I get accused of having a lot of, but I'm not sure if that's entirely true. So lots of people think I'm really charismatic and loud and kind of wild, which is all very true stuff. But that didn't necessarily come from being confident. In fact, I would say a lot of it came from the opposite. I was very insecure, so I always acted out. So I just wanted to talk today about how you can be more confident. Because I know a lot of young people, 17, 16 years old, that aren't confident, and they're not sure they can like who they are or if they'll ever be happy with themselves. So, instead of running around pretending like we're happy, let's actually work on being happy. So I'd say tip number 1 is pretty obvious, and that's life is too short. You hear that everywhere. Well, let's think about what it really means. The average person, male, female-ish, will live to be 71 in this country. Sorry, China. You're stuck for 100 years. And that sounds like such a long time. 70 years? 72? You know? Holy fuck. If I make it past 30, God help me. I swear, my childhood went by like that. And I'm already 19 years old. That's fucking insane to me. That's 2/7 of my life gone. And let's think about everything I didn't do in that time. I didn't figure out who I was until like the very end. I didn't get the career of my dreams and make $1 bazillion. I didn't find all my best friends, have all my best stories. I didn't travel the world. I didn't take 1 million pictures. I didn't grow a lot, you know, up until these last 3 years. I was basically the same person I had always been. There's so much stuff that I still want to do and that you should want to do. 70 years isn't that much time. So the next step then is accepting that if you don't have that much fucking time, why are you wasting it being unhappy with yourself? There's a million things out there you can change. You can change your hair, you can change your freaking lip color, thanks Kylie. You can change your clothes. You can even, if you have the patience, Lord knows, I haven't, but you can exercise to the point where you look like an entirely different person. You can change the small stuff, and over time, you as a person will evolve. You will slowly start to come to accept who you are, to love yourself. But in the meantime, don't stress yourself out. You know, don't even get worked up about the small things either. So what if your hair is an ugly mess? I'm here to let you know, no one actually thinks you're busted if you see the last video. No one cares. Genuinely, everyone you think that is judging you is concerned with themselves. And if they're not, they should be. And loving yourself is a chore, okay? It doesn't start off easily. You gotta get into the habit of it. I think it's perfectly okay to not be entirely happy with who you are. Otherwise, why are you growing? What are you supposed to do for those last 50 years? You're allowed to want to change. The thing is, though, you shouldn't hate yourself if you don't change overnight. You have to love yourself, because ultimately you're the only one who can be you. And you're the only one who has to stick around with you. You have to walk and hold hands with yourself on the journey of life. No one else can be you. And you're not going to find love outside of yourself, the love you need. Love is something I've learned has to come from within. If you think of your body like a shell, it's going to be fragile. And you can pack as much shit on enough bubble wrap, you can find love in all kinds of places. But all of that's going to go away eventually. Friends don't stick around forever. Good ones stick around for a while. If you don't have something solid inside yourself, you're susceptible to breaking at any point. You know what? Love isn't always going to come from outside. Tip number 3, you're doing the best you can. You know, there's a lot of talk out there about, I regret this, I regret that. But truly, you either haven't given yourself enough time, or you did the best you could do. I don't get that. I don't regret anything. I've done some pretty dumb shit in my life. I'm here to let you know, kids. And if you knew me in high school, I'm sorry. But I don't regret any of it, because I was doing what was best at the time, what seemed like the best and only option back then. But also, it's what gets you to the next step. You have to layer on stories, you have to layer on ideas, you have to layer on mistakes if you're ever going to reach who you truly can be, your highest potential self. You did what was best and what made sense at the time. You did what you could. If there was a better option that was apparent or acceptable, you would have done it. I think the fourth thing is, if you really don't like something about yourself, change it. It sounds really anti-message. I think I said earlier, don't worry about changing. But if you have everything else down, you have your inside together, but you're still just unhappy with maybe your image, sometimes a wardrobe change is what you need. Sometimes that'll pull something out of you didn't know you needed. This is gonna be really gay, but Lord knows, I didn't find who I was until I started kind of embracing the fashion behind it and the art behind it. It took me a long time. I thought for a long time, I'm not this way, I just enjoy the culture of this. Come on, bitch. You're wearing leather. So if you don't love yourself, or there's something small that you wish was different, change it. If you don't like your hair color, dye it. The worst thing that's going to happen at the end of the day, you can dye it back or you can wait for it to grow out. If you don't like your wardrobe, don't throw away the old one yet. Try something new on. And if you like how it feels, keep it. If you don't, put your old clothes back on. The worst thing you can do is stagnate. If you're unhappy, why are you staying somewhere? Why are you staying a certain way? Because the worst thing that's going to happen is it gets a little worse and you have to go back. The best thing that can happen is you find something that truly makes you happy, truly makes you love yourself, truly makes you who you want to be. Change it up a little. What if people think I'm dressed weird? Oh, shut the fuck up. I wear some crazy ass shit. I've been called a faggot before. Someone drove around the block 5 times to tell me I was a faggot. So, by wasting gas and screaming at me, you made me realize I don't want to dress the way that makes me feel happy. I don't want to look the way that I am. Don't worry about what other people think. Again, if they're not entirely wrapped up in themselves, there's an issue. I think everyone deserves to be a little self-conscious. If you're not going to grow. If you're not aware that you're not perfect yet, how are you ever going to get any better? This will be edited out. Something our generation has kind of forgotten, and this is going to get really stupid and really what I learned in therapy is we've compounded this idea that worth comes from the amount of likes something gets, the amount of favorites, the amount of retweets, the amount of loops. That's not the case. If you can compile and compress your self-worth into a quantity, into an amount of retweets, I would argue that you're not looking at it the right way. You should be worth more than retweets. I think anything you put out on social media, if you get likes, great. If not, so what? But you should be working in your real life. You should be treating yourself better in real life. Your image shouldn't have to come from external. It's that bubble wrap thing. You need to know you're worth something inside. In conclusion, life's too short. Don't hate yourself. If you don't love it, change it. Don't wait for it to change on its own. And know you're worth something. Those are 5 simple things that really do take a lot of time to learn. Once you kind of get them, you're going to be a lot happier. You're going to be confident. Like I said, I did not start off being confident. You know, I was a theater kid, and I didn't do theater at first because I thought, oh, I love who I am, I'm so great, put me on a stage, let people clap for me. No, I did it because I had nowhere to go, I had nowhere to be after school, and I didn't love who I was. I wanted to be someone different all the time. You know, I've struggled for a long time with who I was, and so when I got to dress up, wear a costume, wear makeup, holy shit, what a revolution. Push yourself to put yourself out there more. Push yourself harder to be in people's faces. Don't dissolve, don't back away. Put yourself out there more. You know, pretend to be confident. You know, people say all the time, just smiling makes you chemically happier because your brain recognizes that as a smile and it releases endorphins or whatever. Same thing goes for self-confidence. You know, if you're not happy with who you are, if you're sad, if you don't think you're good enough, pretend you are. Other people will believe it. Eventually you're going to start believing it. If you lie about something long enough, you'll believe it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I think maybe later this week I'm going to shoot some music, so that might end up on here. Mostly acoustic stuff, bad piano covers, maybe some bad original songs. Stick around if you liked what you saw. Like this if you learned something. Like it if you didn't learn something. Just like it if you like yourself. Also, how do you like my pets? Aren't they pretty? Gotta love orchids. Or children. Bye! Hi, Taco.